Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So I have been talking about utility for a very long time on this channel. Even though we have watched Dogecoin go absolutely crazy, we've watched meme coins go crazy, we've watched, meme coins just continue to go crazy over the last couple years, and the overall casino around them was very, very hyped up until recently. Now, we even go back to January where Trump launched a meme coin and everyone was like, oh, well, I thought utility was the next big thing. Well, guess what? No, it's not, because, we have Trump launching a meme coin. I want you guys to understand that there is a lot of noise in this space. There's a lot of distractions, and I do think that meme coins are actually one of the biggest distractions that we have in front of us. And technically, you could throw Bitcoin into the mix and say, oh, well, Bitcoin's one of the biggest meme coins, because what utility does Bitcoin actually have? And everyone says, well, it has a store of value, right? But, again, everyone's beliefs are a little bit different. In my opinion, true utility comes down to, does the project actually have viable use? Can I use it for, X, Y, and Z? What's the efficiencies, behind it? What can change if we do tap into this technology and utilize it instead of just buying and holding it? And that's where we really kind of look at projects like XRP. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, it's because of this post here. Big shout to Subjective Views. We have Justin, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, says regulating crypto is a national security concern. This is a big statement because it's highlighting the fact that we will accelerate the push on regulations, which will lead to, well, we're going to get there in a second.
You talked about regulatory uncertainty. One of the areas our students are interested is in cryptos, digital assets. What do you think is likely to happen there with stablecoin bills and what the SEC gets to do, what the CFTC gets to do, what needs to happen through legislation? Is there a timeline?
That's another thing, as soon as possible. And now I'm really heartened by the fact that this president has embraced this new digital currency and crypto and blockchain and all that. We have an AI czar and crypto czar, and David Sachs, who comes from the industry and is very knowledgeable and excellent at what he does. They had a big, they had the big gathering at the White House a couple days ago, and the president said in simple terms, he said, the people who will be regulating crypto now love crypto and they don't hate crypto. As simple as that sounds, it's a pretty important formula. People who will embrace the new technology and come up with a sort of a market structure framework that will help it to flourish. We don't want other countries to jump ahead of us on this, and certainly we're in a competition with China on everything. It's a national security concern in some respect that we stay in front of them on AI and crypto and everything that comes from big tech. And I think we have the right people in place to do that. So they will help guide Congress. You don't want to turn Congress loose to regulate something they don't fully understand, okay? So we had a...
we at the Psaris Center are willing and ready to help them figure that out.
Thank you. We'll need it. We'll need it. There's a lot of interest. The interest level is much higher than the understanding. I don't mean just among Congress. I mean among everyone. And so we have a steep learning curve, education. We're sort of blue ocean territory in some ways on this. And so we've got to be careful. We don't want Congress to over-regulate it. We don't want to stifle innovation, but you certainly do need some stability on a cryptocurrency that a lot of people don't fully even understand.
And yeah, I mean, listen, as we really think about that, we are in competition when it comes to crypto. We are in competition around digital currencies and digital assets because even outside of the US, we continue to see the big moves happening. And it's not like the US is oblivious to this. They are, aware of this. They know that this is happening. And that's why they are now starting to really kind of step on the gas and say, all right, well, now is the time that we need to start regulating this. We need to regulate this so that we could utilize it and properly integrate it to see the benefits. And that's what leads me over here to this post here from Smoke Dog, where, we have these high level meetings and discussions where we have the focus put on utility. The next phase of crypto adoption will be the utility phase. And we hear this quite often. I'm going to talk about this in, a little bit more detail in a second, but check this out.
Portion of the crypto market doesn't doesn't really work with the principles that we're looking to kind of support here. And what is kind of shifting is this principle of utility. Jeremy Allaire, who's Circle's CEO, the issuer of USDC, made a lot of comments about this recently, saying that the next age of crypto needs to be the age of utility, where there's real use cases that make sense to people, in their kind of day-to-day lives, things that like Jess is building at checkout.com. And I think that's where we're going to start to see mainstream adoption, is where, whether it's financial institutions saying, there's tokenized securities, or that there's, things that we can traditional products, and put them on the blockchain and make it, more efficient and less friction. And, that's from the institutional side. But from the retail side, there needs to be something else to just, trying to make a speculative play. And I think once these assets get a little bit more mature with bringing utility to market, that's where I think that you'll see a lot more kind of foundational kind of, flourishing in a way that really matters to people, as opposed to just the speculation.
And yeah, this makes a lot of sense, because guess what we're hearing, right now, and guess who we're hearing it from? We're hearing from the big institutional players like Franklin Templeton that 2025 is the year that the crypto landscape will likely see pivotal advancements shaped by regulatory clarity, institutional adoption, and technological evolution. Again, right now we're hearing the discussions on regulations, right? The institutions are here, they're adopting, they're ready to utilize this tech, and we are seeing the technological evolution through tokenization. And they said, we believe this will be led by US regulators such as the SEC, enabling more diversified financial investment products associated with the crypto space, such as ETFs or tokenized security products, which, by the way, XRP ETF filing by who? Franklin Templeton. Same company that said, hey, guess what? The greatest distraction from the greatest disruption is Bitcoin. But also, favorable regulation will allow the U.S. to reestablish itself as a global hub for crypto innovation. Major TradFi players and crypto infrastructure begin to intersect. We're already starting to see that, especially with stablecoin regulatory discussions now. Tokenized products and stablecoins adoption will continue to expand and be major drivers of DeFi growth globally. Bitcoin will solidify its position as a global financial asset, acting as a digital store of value. And again, they're not bearish on Bitcoin. They're just saying, it is a big distraction. You should be looking at these additional big players in the space, because we are starting to see them being spotlighted as major key drivers around the institutional and enterprise side of adoption and use. Now, on top of that, we also have decentralized physical infrastructure networks, DePIN. We'll see heightened demand, and industries prioritize decentralized and efficient solutions for real-world applications like logistics and Internet of Things. We will see the convergence of AI and crypto accelerate as well. AI agents will utilize blockchain rails to automate on-chain transactions and portfolio management. And overall, 2025 will mark a shift from speculation to utility, as crypto's foundational technologies become integral to global financial and operational systems. Stakeholders should watch regulatory developments, institutional moves, and advancements in AI crypto convergence to navigate this dynamic landscape. So again, this is coming from an institutional player telling you specifically what's happening, all while pushing XRP ETFs. And this is why I've said that these big institutions like even BlackRock keep pushing the Bitcoin and Ethereum hype machine to the retail sector. They are not telling you the real value. Right now, how many people were actually in XRP before the move to $1, before the move to $2, before the move to $3? Do you understand what I mean here? Because guess what we heard all the way leading up to XRP actually going crazy? Well, we kept hearing about Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, Bitcoin, ETFs, Bitcoin is going to be this, Bitcoin's going to be. So it was all one big distraction and all one big hype machine to keep you away from the real value. And this is why I've always said that, like, while the entire world is looking at tokenization and, they're moving towards a more digital based system, we continue to see Bitcoin and Ethereum spotlighted, even though that they're not going to be able to handle the demand. They're not even going to be able to be utilized around these types of financial services, which is why we look at XRP. And what's crazy about all of this, right? We really look at what's going on behind XRP. There was a great post made by Sese. I hope that I'm saying that name correctly, but we have XRP has been crypto's best shot at institutional adoption. If we are moving towards an institutional based market, if you will, XRP is one of the most bullish projects in this space. For over a decade, it has powered global cross-border payments with speed and efficiency. Now with Axelar, XRP is making its move into DeFi. Here's how. XRP has quietly supported one of the largest cross-border payment and tokenization networks in the world, RippleNet by Ripple. Launched in 2012, XRP was built to address inefficiencies in global payments. High fees, delayed payment and slow settlement, lack of transparency. It excellently solved these by offering banks and institutions faster, cheaper, and more efficient alternative. And here we actually have the breakdown of how that looks. Over the years, XRP's efficiency, speed, and reliability has earned the trust of institutional giants and banks. The results, 500 plus institutional partners, 80 plus traditional and crypto markets, covers 90% of global FX payments, 70 billion plus in transaction value. But XRP has a major drawback. It lacks programmability. Unlike Ethereum, XRP Ledger does not allow smart contract deployment, lacks native DeFi functionality. This means no DeFi activities and no way to communicate with other blockchains. Enter Axelar. Now, again, I've been very bullish on Axelar for what it is going to provide for XRP. And we have here, since the XRP Ledger does not natively support smart contracts, Ripple built the XRP Ledger EVM sidechain, which would connect the XRP Ledger via Axelar. That integration would create the shortest path to XRP to scale, enabling DeFi activities and dapps to thrive within its ecosystem. And you know what's crazy about this, right? Like, there's a lot behind this that, really kind of pertains to the adoption, the growth, the expansion of the XRP Ledger. Like, these are great for developers, great for transfers, transactions between XRP, the XRP L, and the EVM sidechain, and 70 other plus interconnected chains. Like, this is all great. But you know what's crazy about all of this? Right? Like, this is coming to the XRP Ledger in a huge way, but look at the growth of the actual XRP Ledger itself. This is over the last couple months. Look at the accounts, look at the trust lines. This is one of the most bullish looking charts ever. And this just goes to show you how bullish the XRP Ledger actually is at this current moment in time. But let's go back over here to why all of this matters. Well, by bridging XRP Ledger to a broader DeFi ecosystem, Axelar enables XRP to scale beyond its native environment, unlocking new use cases for liquidity and financial applications. This expanded interoperability not only benefits retail DeFi users, but also creates a foundation for institutional adoption. As more institutions adopt blockchain into their system, they would seek some level of centralization and regulatory compliance, something XRP excels in. They have massive institutional partnerships and is leading the charge in institutional DeFi. It's actually well positioned to become the liquidity layer powering both TradFi and DeFi, and Axelar would play a crucial role as the connectivity layer. In the near term, we could see dapps that combine DeFi and cross-border payments powered by Axelar MDS, seamless tokenization of RWAs to multiple DeFi ecosystems with Axelar ITS, and then of course we have seamless movement of assets across multiple ecosystems with efficient on and off ramping in major banks powered by Axelar GMP. So when we think about the future of finance, when we think about the internet of value, when we think about what's really going on here, DeFi and TradFi are converging at a rapid pace. The institutions are at the forefront of all of this. And guess what? XRP is perfectly positioned for all of this with the help of Axelar, with the connections back to Ondo as well. I mean, guys, it's very clear. It's very clear when we go over to rwa.xyz. We have the XRP Ledger here. We have already over $50+ million tied to it. There's still a lot more that's getting added here. We could see the big spike here over the last 2 days. The institutions are already tokenizing. We know that utility is set to become the main driver around this space. I don't understand why people keep saying that utility won't matter at all. Utility is going to be one of the largest price drivers ever. It's actually going to be the thing that makes XRP extremely valuable. And if you are an XRP holder that holds a significant amount of XRP, you are going to become very wealthy because of utility becoming the main price driver, because we know how much utility is actually tied to the XRPL. I don't care about the short term. I don't even care about the medium term. I care about seeing all of the things that need to be put in place fall into place so that we could finally realize in the real value behind XRP. Because right now what we are seeing is a fake value on XRP. It's not the real value. It's a value driven by Bitcoin, by speculation, by hype. I mean, even this entire space is tied back to Bitcoin because of Bitcoin's dominance. So when we think about this space right now, it's a complete joke. When we start to see regulations hitting this space in a big way and we start to see actual adoption, that's when we really start to see the biggest moves happening around these projects like XRP, and I'm very excited for those days. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.